You're not facing reality. The fraud of global warming is a crime. CO2 is one of the 4 noble gases, and geoengineering the Earth's troposphere is a crime. Putting up nanoparticles where 1 in 50 thorium atoms is radioactive, where nanoparticle barium is 10,000 times more toxic than lead, where aluminum crosses the blood-brain barrier as nanoparticles and upregulates the glutamate pathways, frying neurons and causing microglial activation, so your brain stays on fire for years. And this is far above those little cloud-forming level 2 things that you see in the lower atmosphere. They're putting these up at 73 to 80,000 feet, where they stay up there for 2.5 to 4 years plus, and they don't even need to spray over China. They're covering the entire Earth with a Dyson sphere. Their objective? Plasma interferometry to create weapons, plasma explosions over any city, like up to 100 megatons. Vortex imaging of the Earth, so they can see all the resources, including British Petroleum seeing this oil. Volcano, and that's what it is. And the use of it for mind control and crop control, with specific molecular spin resonance to actually precipitate and turn on and off genes to kill pathogens or to kill you or experience in your body fear or specific changes, releasing molecules that can modify your biology. And if you don't think they have these weapons, you're in the 21st century. Welcome to Buck Rogers. Mind and consciousness. These are rules that have to be inviolable. As Dr. Nick Begich says many times on my radio show, and he's one of the great believers in this, and he comes from both a native background and is a believer, that our mind and consciousness should be inviolable, whether it's marketing on television, high definition, embedded sacred geometry, the uneducation system of our public schools, or the insertion of scalar weapons, either through cell phone technology or directed energy weapons for police to control people so they're good. No scalar warfare or defense weapons, no embedded sound, light, or imaging, no programming of the population, and all free of influence for the sale of politics, religion, science, or technology. These must be written as new laws of the 21st century for man, and I've got them all laid out here. Mind enhancement training, so if your child is a defect or if your mind is going, nutritional, metabolic, genetics, stem cell, to build you back up, but to not make you a Ubermensch, to not make you a cyborg, to not make you a replacement for, quote, the Model T, but to make you the best you can be, to live centuries, to be healthy, to have a bright mind, to not be defective, and to not lose your mind when you have a stroke or heart attack. Banking value without usury. This again ties back to Ronald McDonald. All nations and states sovereign, no gold-backed currency. It's a non-gold-backed power to generate credit and currency. We do not have enough gold in the world, and guess where all the gold is? All the gold in the world is primarily in Rothschild's banks, real industry and economy and people. Ban all casino derivatives. Title absolute on homes, all money based on ownership. No financial contributions, no lobby groups. The world is a no jihad zone, i.e., no religion should consider it their place to do jihad against anyone else. All secret societies banned, all nations led by spiritual leadership, not by politicians. The word politician means many ticks, bloodsuckers. Autonomy of body, mind, and spirit. The I, we. And again, all the religions are divided on these two things. Nations govern earth. And if you look at the possibilities, the security, peace and security, as it says in the Bible, and then the destruction will come upon them suddenly, we have a future of contacting galactic civilizations, advanced life extension technology, limitless energy, ecology of the Earth's stable, a world without danger of incoming asteroids. Revelation 10, the scroll, and these are some prophecies here from Daniel. Close up and shut the words of the book until the time of the end. But many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. And the people here today hopefully will understand, and the first thing and only thing I tell people to do is repent. And in Malachi 4:5 it says, "But behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Today I blow this trumpet in Zion," which is not a place of Israel, the place of horror, the place of the Sabbateans, but I blow it in the hearts of all mankind on this planet because I am the one spoken of in this prophecy. I am the one blowing the trumpet today to call you out, to cry out to the world that we are in a dying planet. Even if there's not a nuclear war, even if there's not a coronal mass ejection or the dying planet, even if there's not a nuclear war, even if there's not a coronal mass ejection or the Hekla volcano goes off, our planet is dying like that alternative 3. And Israel, of course, now has made a covenant with death. They're about to divide the city. They're about to divide the land. And rather than giving rights to the Palestinians as their brothers and sisters, they'd rather put a 30-foot wall up with guard towers, poison and treat them less than human, treat them as golem. For the bed is shorter. In other words, this guarantees, and if they do sign a treaty, which they met last month, it will mean the end of not only Israel, but the world. And of course, the great earthquakes, and the sixth seal. Lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth, and the moon became as blood. That's coming. In Revelation 16:18, but there was a great earthquake, and not since there was man on the earth so mighty, the earthquake, and so great. Hanging wars with Russia and China, the IMF, Bank of International Settlements, World Bank, Monetary Fund, Treaty of Lisbon, already in the spring of this year, the rise of the unholy Roman Empire. Universal Temple in Israel, this is coming. A wing of the temple for the Jews to start their sacrifice, which they can only do on Sukkot, the feast by rabbinical law, and they have all the instruments in the temple of the Holy of Holies. The feast of Sukkot starts the first of the 2,520 days. The sacrifice will, by the Bible itself, as it says in 2 Peter, interprets itself, will be on the 1230th day, which is Purim, the same day Haman tried to kill all the Israelites. Pesach, 30 days later, will start the final wars with the dissolution of the ozone layer, and radiation will burn man all over the planet. That is coming. The Haggadol, which is the 2,520th day, will be the feast of the long blowing of the shofar. That's called the Feast of Trumpets. And the 45th day, when people come out of their shelters, is called the 17th of Heshvan. The same day, Nova received the dove back with a branch showing that life still was on the planet. But the remnant of nations will survive. It is the time of the end of the age. And when you hear all these speakers this weekend, from all these different messages, from all these different perspectives, see there's only one truth, is Yeshua HaMashiach, God the Father in the flesh. He said, whether you hear a native shaman or you hear another man, all of these people are speaking truth from different perspectives of the same events. Space exploration, Hadron Collider, Cynthia, just last week they made Cynthia, this new creation of life. Recreation of man, spiritual over technical, that's the age that we are entering. And of course the quickening, the vision, the action, the manifestation. We need 1/10 of 1%. We do not need even the 5%, the change shapers. They will follow the ones that are the light workers. And the others will follow in action, and we'll see the pathways there. And you can see, if you look at this chart and go through it carefully, you can see we have a future that's far more glorious. And you can look at spirit, mind, body, earth, and cosmos, quicken, vision, action, and manifestation. To manifest is to create. We are the children of the Most High. We are to become co-creators on this dimensional plane of chaos. We are to be the representatives of the Creator of the universe. We are to have an earth in balance where other living things are respected, other peoples. And the coat of many colors, my ancestor Joseph, the coat was not a coat to make him look better than his brothers. It was the skins of all the peoples of the earth, because just like genes, we need the genes like we did with Bomi, our Indian friend who was our limo driver yesterday. Of all the Indians, we need the genes of the Palestinians, like a chromosome. Can you live as a man or a woman without your chromosome? Can you pull one chromosome from your body, like my little daughter Kelsey with Downs, and have just one extra chromosome? Can you take one chromosome and be a living person? Well, we are a being. We are mankind. And we have to respect the coat of many colors, that we have all the peoples of the earth, all the religions have become dogma. If you reverse it, it means I am God. In just a moment. So prophecy, I am standing here like the traffic cop, but I'm also giving you the possibility. Today, will earth be a delivery room in the years to come? And I have not set dates. I've given you events to watch for because they're coming quickly. Or will it be an abortuary for mankind? Just like Arthur C. Clarke's 2010 movie. What is the solution? The solution is you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bill Deagle.